Hi guys, welcome to My Guy Reviews. I'm My Guy Monkey, and today we are reviewing OutRun 15 stage long freeway, which is a race in GTA 5. As you can see, it's a long freeway race which starts out going around the outside, as you can see on the screen, going down to the south across that bridge and then back into town, back out onto the main freeway, and then round the entire map. So it's a long freeway race, and it's got all these different names attached to it. Then when it comes right down to the start, it then goes back into the centre of town and around through all these junctions, and then finally back out. So it's longer, even longer than just going around the outside. It's a very long race, and it's designed to be a homage to OutRun, the original 1986 arcade game. As you can see here, the details of quickly on the settings. The time of day tends to be is current as standard, and bright weather, traffic low, so that it's got a bit of traffic like the original OutRun. But I really love the fact that you can have the time of day changing as you're racing around, which can be really great. Catch up is usually on to allow people to bunch up and be able to race, make the race more exciting. Custom vehicles are usually on, but I always switch it off because I don't have any custom vehicles that are any good anymore. I started off on PS3 and moved to PS4, and I don't have the vehicles anymore. So yeah, this was originally made for the PS3, so you can play it on PS3 or PS4. There's an updated version right here. You can see we're riding a cheetah, which is but I quickly swap it out for an Entity XF. But the cheetah is most like a Ferrari, so that's you want a red Ferrari to be like you're really an OutRun, then that's the one you want to go for. But the Entity XF is a lot easier to control, so yeah, I go for that. So yeah, we're going to get started. I will try and talk you through all the different things here. Let's try and get some music on to go with this. It's recommended splash wave, so let's put some splash wave on and really enjoy this OutRun experience. Okay, so here we go. One lap. It is a lap race. Okay, Battle Road USA, all the stages have names, although you won't see them in game, but you can download a map or look through the names if you so wish. Yeah, so Battle Road USA is named after another old arcade racing game, so all of the names are named after various things. And yeah, as I was saying, it was originally made on the PS3, so you can download on the PS3, play up to 16 players, but you can play up to 30 players if you look for the slightly changed name OutRun 15 Part, or PT, long freeway, and that allows you to play up to 30 players on the PS4, but you can only play 16 if you're on the PS3 anyway. So yep, if you type in OutRun, this is the original PS3 made level is the top result that you'll find if you're in social clubs on PS3 and PS4. And yeah, so Battle Road USA, obviously that's named after the fact that as soon as you start off, quite often if there's a lot of players, you can end up in a real mess. People are smashing into each other just trying to get that initial pole position, so that's where that comes in. Now we're entering stage 2, route A. So this is named after the fact that in the original OutRun you could choose routes left and right at the end of each stage. You can't do that on GTA 5 races. You can on PS4. It does allow you to do some split checkpoints, but they always have to converge back at one point. They can't go off completely randomly. Although that would be a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm not racing particularly well in this one. This is me racing. It's quite a packed session, this one. It started out at 18, but people start to drop off as realise they're not going to win, or they realise the race is longer than they'd really like to do. So yeah, it's not for everyone. Yeah, so I'm not at my absolute best in this one, but hopefully that means you can play it yourself and do a lot better than me. Coming down to Actua Bridge now, named after the virtual the Actua Racing, which was Sega's first attempt at 3D, so very early attempt at 3D, and there's a famous stage where you go over these a thing that looks like the San Francisco Bridge in that game, and that was very impressive at the time. But obviously these days it's just polygons, there's no textures, it's not quite what we're used to anymore. Also you can see I try to play a clean race. GTA 5, if you've played it, you're going to know that the majority of players, well, not the vast majority, but most of the players will play dirty. They'll try and smash out of the race as much as they can, pit maneuver you, but I try to play as clean as possible and win. So obviously this is named after Midtown Madness, this stage, so stage 4, Downtown Madness, as we head into downtown, and actually we'll be coming back up on this bit later on when we head back into town for the second time. But at the moment we're just brushing in just a little. You may have noticed further back that you could actually go onto the wrong side of the road on someone, because the checkpoints are quite far apart, but they're quite intuitive, so you know where you're going. But this right here is an example, another prime example of where you can actually go in take different routes. So you're supposed to go down to the left there, nice little cut turn, but if you choose, you can actually, if you miss it or you choose, you can go around the outside a little bit and cross over that crossing, which could be a bit more risky, more traffic, but just gives you a little bit more choice as you're going around the track. Going through, I love this tunnel. We're going through Vinewood Beach. So obviously everyone that plays GTA knows this little stretch of beach. This is a very iconic piece of LA, which comes up in countless games that are set in LA. So this is a prime bit of Vinewood, or GTA's version of Hollywood. And yeah, so far we've gone 1/3 of the course, so a little intermission here, and we are going to change music as we've been instructed to, so let's do that. It's a passing breeze. And I chilled out a bit of music now for the longer, scenic mountains and beach. Obviously the classic OutRun starting stage is a beach stage, and that's what these things are named after. We're on Emerald Coast at the moment, which I can't remember if I'm sure I named it after another racing game. Obviously also you've got things like Sonic the Hedgehog, which has a classic Emerald Hill zone on the Sonic 2, and I'm sure I named it after some racing game as well. But yeah, this just takes you around all the chilled out. I would say this is probably another this is a flashpoint. I was going to name the flashpoints. That first turning on route A is a flashpoint. You need to slow down a bit, and this section you can have a lot of traffic that could potentially crash into them. So you need to look out for those when you're racing around here. But apart from that, this area is not too hard. But we're coming up to stage 7 now, Ridge Racer. I wanted to name this not directly after Ridge Racer, but that's the best I can come up with. I think I could name it Edge Racer, just to change it up a little bit. This tunnel is obviously reminiscent of Rage Racer and Ridge Racer. But yeah, this section is so named because these are the most dangerous turns, I think, in any long GTA race that goes around the edge, really, around the whole map. As you see, this one coming up here, I don't do this turn particularly well this time, but you just need to slow down a little bit and then speed up out of the turn and out of the hump to do that well. I didn't do that well there, but it's have had some fun seeing people fly completely over into the sea there, and yeah, I'll tell a bit more of a story about that at the end, because we should be going through a clip. I'll take you through a clip of me actually winning a race, only just and pretty randomly, but this one, that's after this one, which is a bit tighter, and hopefully you'll enjoy seeing the race. These turns here, that's another risky turn back there. You can end up into oncoming traffic or hitting the side, but you can actually smoothly get through there quite nicely. Now we're coming up through to a small town up here. So we have stage 8 Passing Village, which is obviously named after Passing Breeze, and also I think after another racing game level of passing through a city or urban area. I think it was probably in what's it called, Road Rash, yes, where there's a city level, so that's what that's named after. Yep, so we're right at the north end of the map now. This is where you can get some speed up, and we're about to enter an extra stage here, but I kind of messed up here, so that's a little bit of a delay. We're on a stage 9 specific highway, which is, I know exactly what this is named after. It's named after a stage called Pacific Highway, where you're going around the Pacific region of America, which is quite similar to this. In Road Rash again, and you may notice there's a few obstacles on this section, because obviously in the Road Rash games there are obstacles, and you get more obstacles as you go further on, so that's why there's a few things just laying about just to change things up a little. It's you know, this is, apart from that, this is a mostly vanilla race. This is originally made on PS3, as I said, not PS4, so it hasn't got all the flashy stunt races and everything, but a lot of people quite seem to appreciate that. All the other races these days on PS4, probably I imagine on Xbox One and the PC, are all very abstract, loop-to-loop, really crazy out there tracks, and really I just like going around the freeway. I really love going around the freeway. I really like pretending I'm in an OutRun game. Heatwave, named after stage 10 here. Heatwave named after Splash Wave, and heat of the day here. You won't see the time of day change much in this one, because it starts off in the day and it ends up in the day, but you can end up racing from night to day and day to night, and all sorts of things, so you can get a real variety of that. We're changing the music again, so we'll change to, well, it's changing anyway, but let's change it. Okay, and now we're entering stage 11 route B. So obviously we've gone all the way around the map now. We've come all the way around the map, and we've gone right back through the starting point there. And obviously originally we went off to the left, but this time we're going off to the right, and this is route B. So it's trying to simulate a little bit of that OutRun vibe, where you actually had a choice to split off to the left or right, but in this case you don't get the choice. We're actually doing it's a 15 stage run. I don't know if you've played it, but if you've played OutRun 2006 Coast to Coast on PS2 or PSP or other consoles, there's actually a version where rather than doing 5 stages, going left and right, choosing your path, you can actually stack all the 15 possible stages together to make a 15-minute long mad endurance race through the entire game, and I love that, and that's what this sort of is trying to go for by being a 15-minute long race all the way around and giving you some variety. And yes, we're here now in Bunky Junction. I forget why it's named Bunky Junction. I think Bunky may mean junction in Japanese, or Spaghetti Junction, or maybe used in another game. I can't really remember why I named it that now, but that's why it's named that way. And it's sort of overlapped this whole section. There's a loop-to-loop. Right here is a choice, and you can see the other guy going off to the left here. Obviously it's not an actual choice, but he's already gone round the inside section and is now on the final stretch, so lucky him. But this whole section, once we've gone around the map once, this is where the pace is picked up, and you're really on it becomes more intense, and you're really like you're having to make smarter, sharper turning through these junctions. You're really going for it, trying to nail that first place. I switched off, slow down, the sort of, what do you call it, elastic physics and all that. The sort of bunches the cars together. I switched it off so it's a bit harder to catch up from behind, but usually it's quite intense at this stage. Stage 13 route CD were sort of mixed together with Bunker Junction. This whole thing is all about swapping, being able to go left or right, like taking different routes. Obviously we're not taking different routes at choice, but it's going past the same routes, and then we're going left and then we're going right. So we've overlapped several times in this area, so that's why this whole section is sort of Bunker Junction and stage CD as well. So it's got all the last sort of stage choices, which we are about to. This is where the other guy turned us to the left here, and I make a mistake there, but this is definitely a flashpoint, this section here as well. We do need to just watch the speed a little bit, just enough so you can get around smoothly. And then we're really getting into the final stretch now of the race. We're putting our foot down. We're on stage 14, Le Mans Dawn. Le Mans is a 24-hour race, and there have been, 8-bit versions and sprite versions. So that's another retro arcade reference, and obviously Dawn, because the daytime, that time of day can go all the way around. So you can, in Le Mans you would be expecting to finish the game at dawn, and you can actually line it up so that you are finishing at dawn, or you can actually line it up so you're actually just getting into night as in those final stages to simulate what you get in some of the OutRun games, where you're actually going around near the end. You're actually going around the city and it gets dark, and you've got the lights of the city around. So hopefully you can try and align that and have some fun with that. Now this is a lap race, but obviously we only do one lap, and we end up actually facing the wrong way, but we still want to end on that start finish point. So this is where there's a little bit of a trick to this last section. We're in the last section now, Turbo X1, which is another arcade game, and we're going around the corner here, and we are at full speed at this point. I mean, if we had anyone to compete with, or have here, it'd be a real battle for the finish line. And you can actually, there's an alternate route here. You can just skip off to the left here to get onto facing the traffic, which is obviously a bit risky in itself because you're going to be facing the traffic, or you can keep on going along here, and if you haven't played this race before, you're going to possibly be caught out. You need to watch this little ramp that actually helps you get over to the final end of the race and do this little jump. That used to line up perfectly on PS3, but on PS4 for some reason you go way faster. You can end up going crazy wrong and just jumping over that thing and having to drive back, so you have to be careful on that. But in pure true OutRun style, it gives you a chance to learn the race a little bit, and once you can replay it and actually learn a couple of those things, such as the beginning of Bunker Junction, we have to turn into the junction and things, and hopefully you learn some more by doing that. So I didn't win that one, and here, so I'm just going to show you actually me winning a race, because for my own ego, and actually I'm driving a lot better this time. Hopefully you can see that. And this guy that I'm racing, you'll see he tries to pit maneuver me in a minute. I actually beat him in 2 races before this, and he was always playing dirty, trying to slow down on me or block me rather, not letting me pass and things. The first race, I actually got my revenge by, because he kept on not letting me pass, I put my foot down on that nasty corner on the highway going around on the west coast, and managed to push him completely over that nasty corner. And I just did a little turny flip, 360 spin, and managed to land it, and ultimately beat him in that race. The second race, that a little bit back there, that first corner I took on this clip, he sort of just disappeared on there. I think he must have messed up, or maybe he had to fix his car, so I ended up beating him on there on that time. But this third time we had a couple of extra racers, so there's another racer still racing, and he was, as you can see, he was bashing me there, but I just slowed down and let him pass. So the third way up on this race against this guy was particularly pleasing to me. So yeah, we're just going to watch that. I hope you enjoy it, and hope you enjoy and search this race. Obviously, just as I say, just put OutRun and it will be the top of result on PS3 or PS4, or put OutRun 15 PT to try and find the PS4 version that's, it's made better specifically for PS4, only slightly all the checkpoints are the same, but yeah, that's how you can do that. Add it to your bookmarks on Social Club, on Rockstar Social Club, and then you'll be able to play it. And I would really like to see other people race, and with more players, and just see more intense battles to win. So please do leave me any links to anything like that you do, or send them in PM, however you wish to do that. And as you can see, this guy was I didn't pass this guy. I just let him stay in front of me, because that's what he liked in beforehand. So I was hoping this time to push him at the end, and actually I think I didn't actually quite make contact, but I think he ends up smashing into something himself. Yeah, look, he makes a little smash here, and I completely flip. I completely miss the ramp, and I do a little flippy turn, and he does a perfect aiming. But then it turns out that I managed to hit him first for a third time running, and I was just I was quite pleased with that. But yeah, I've been My Guy Monkey from My Guy Reviews. Please like, subscribe, and leave comments, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much, and goodbye. See you again next time.